I'm going to make a quick video about getting too excited and counting your eggs before they hatch, if you will. Earlier this week, my sleeping schedule became a little bit of a mess because I had stayed up for a night to see the moon come into conjunction with Mars. Not a terribly uncommon conjunction, but I was in a bad mood and I just needed an uplift, and I decided to stay up to get some good photographs of the conjunction. And after that, my sleep became a mess for half a week. And one night, I tried to force myself to go to sleep. It was about 10, 11 o'clock at night, and I got some pretty good sleep. And the next thing I know, I looked at my clock, and it was 5, 6 a.m. I was really excited. I finally had fixed my schedule, and I just got really excited. And it wasn't really time to go out yet. There was nothing open at that time of the day. So I decided to close my eyes to think about another situation that I needed to handle later that week. I needed to talk to some people about something, and decided to close my eyes for a couple seconds. I think it was a Saturday morning. And next thing I know, it's like 3, 4 p.m. Like, what? And I was so disappointed because I thought I had finally fixed my schedule. I cannot understand why I would crash, like almost have 2 sleep sessions in a row. It didn't make sense to me. I just got really confused and disappointed, and it seemed like I had fixed the problem only to have the solution slip between my fingers. I think I got too excited and I let my guard down. I have a habit of doing this. Many years ago, I had just gotten a laptop with 64 gigabytes of RAM. I'm running a simulation for a computer game, and the memory helps in order to keep the end game table-based. So, for example, if you're playing a game of chess, if you can find the solution to every position with 5 or 6 pieces, you could end the simulations a lot earlier. So I needed a lot of RAM to do that. And I ordered the computer online, and when it finally came, I was trying out everything, and I put on a set of headphones to listen to some music, and I was dancing around my apartment, just really excited about getting the computer. And the next thing I know, I bump into some furniture, and I broke the headphone jack, the headphones into the headphone jack. And I broke both the headphone and the jack on the computer. And after 30 minutes of opening the computer, I broke the headphone jack. And I just got way too excited. What was really funny was I decided to play dumb with the warranty service and go like, I don't know why my headphones don't work in here. And they replaced it. So that was very nice. It was just a big hassle because I had already installed a bunch of stuff, and they sent me a whole new computer instead of fixing the one I had, and so I had to reinstall that stuff. It's really frustrating. It just goes to show what can happen if you get too excited and you kind of lose your cool, if you will. A couple months ago, when I was still living out in my car, I got really excited one night because when I went to park in my usual spot, I discovered that the business beside the one that I was parking in front of a Jiffy Lube, but next to the Jiffy Lube there's another business, and they just installed a really strong Wi-Fi. It used to be really painful to use the Wi-Fi at the place that I was parking at. I just got really excited. So I parked there. It was about my usual bedtime, 9, 10 o'clock at night. I went to sleep a lot earlier back then because I wanted to get out of the parking spot before Jiffy Lube opened up. And so I got to my parking spot, and I discovered they have very strong Wi-Fi, and I got really excited. And so I take out some of the trash from my car. There's a dumpster not far from where I was parking, and as I'm doing that, I bump my head on the roof of the car. I just got really, really, really excited. And needless to say, I couldn't sleep for the rest of the night, but at least I know where I could go with a really strong Wi-Fi. I'm not sure if I want to move back into my car in the springtime, but if I do, I'm really excited that they have better Wi-Fi now, because I'm always doing something. Earlier, last year, I got into a disagreement, actually, at my favorite library. What had happened was one day I was in my car, and on the radio I heard a song I hadn't heard for, wow, 20 years. And I'd been wanting to hear that song for a long time, but I never knew what the name of that song was. And finally I heard it on the radio, and now I can identify it. And I got really excited. I was on my way to the library that day, and I got there and I started to look for it on YouTube. And wouldn't you know, that day the internet was just really slow for some reason. I don't think it was anybody's fault. It was just probably because it was kind of busy at the library. And somebody comes up to me and just has a very routine conversation. I think he asked me what time it was, or if he could sit next to me, or just something really, really benign. And I just got really frustrated, and I think I shouted an obscenity or something like that. And for a long time, I was really embarrassed to go back to that place, all because of a stupid song on the radio and getting excited about something. So I have a tendency to let my guard down when I get excited, and it just goes to show you really can't count your chickens until they hatch. Thanks for watching.